the hard questions. And our action steps, and these are, steps to take that we feel are the most important ones, and these are not in order. Would be number one, add more large-scale businesses. Thank you very much. Add more large-scale business. Big return from large-scale businesses. You got to elevate the sponsorship ROI. If you get the large-scale businesses, you got to increase their ROI. Those two go hand in hand. Number three, analyze all events to include dollars spent, to include manpower for staff, and manpower by volunteers. Analyze every one of them. Determine what to strike, what to keep, what to grow, what to shrink. Optimize staffing. Optimize staffing. Perhaps some things could be farmed out. Perhaps some things could be eliminated. Perhaps volunteers could assume certain roles. But analyze staffing to include addition of certain, perhaps half a unit or a whole unit of manpower. Cost analysis for what we pay. To include our fees for annual dues, our fees for luncheons, our fees for breakfast, our fees, etc. All those that are tied in that we incur. With inflation, a lot of these costs have increased. I've noticed with other organizations. I'm not saying that about ours, but let's just ask and see, have we kept up? And then perhaps use a consultant to analyze these fees, because we can do a look back to other chambers to see what they're charging for related services. And we may have a consultant in-house who could do that work. Maybe someone even threw out 10 hours perhaps to just get a bottom line answer really fast.
In kind.
Oh, there you go. Or we can barter.
All
We
right.
got a lot of good barter here.
Great work for group one.
Okay.
Any thoughts?
Alright, member ROI is group two. And so the action steps we identified is to create 5 subgroups. We've identified those, proposing those to be women under 40, this is health and wellness, finance, and then service retail as a group. And then there would be, events or online support for those subgroups throughout the year. Number 2 would be to establish strategic partnerships with business development partners. These would be things such as at the high school with the incubator program, which would be great.
ACC.
Also ACC, Texas Workforce Commission, those would also be larger organizations that hopefully would also join the chamber and can help our businesses. And then 3 would be a business resource hub. This would be something that would be online. This would also generate money so that where our members would want to pay to put their educational spots in a library online. So with a certain level of membership, you can access that data to help you. So if you want to take a workshop on getting a commercial loan, or how to qualify for for commercial properties,
IT
or
help.
IT help, whatever those things are, that you can get it really fast and easy, right there at one. I'm done. Y'all are fired. Member benefit ecosystem is the next, and really what this is referencing is the things that we talked about doing. Bringing back the cards where we'll go and perhaps visit the retail shops, take pictures, get those posted online, do the member-to-member discounts, look at ways in improving those. So those we're going to kind of title that action item as a member benefit ecosystem. And then part of the other way in supporting this change will be in doing an ambassador campaign to get us up to 25 ambassadors and to keep us there.
All right. Give it up for group 2.
Real blessed to discussion with me. I decided we're gonna form the Government Affairs Commission, or Council, excuse me, thank you. So basically, first we need to form the council. It's gonna be 1 or 2 board members. I would be one of those 2. There's gonna be probably ideally 8 to 12. I'm putting 6 to 12 to determine engagement, but ideally it'll be 12 members total of this group. 10 of them will just be chamber members, not on the board. Some of those can be political staffers, typically not gonna be the elected official themselves, but probably a staffer. So the second part of this is going to be, as we develop this council, policies and procedures. So how do you get onto the council? What basically all the policies and procedures that go into play with a council like this. How often do you meet? You know, all those kinds of definitions of various things. So once we have that, we're going to then need to create and update an advocacy agenda, and that agenda is going to be based upon what some of these staffers think, reports that they're working on that are priorities to them, things that the chamber can do.
And we did that last year, but it's updating what we started.
We did that last year, so there'll be an update coming to that based upon the feedback from the community, the feedback from the various players in our community, as well as ultimately what the council's going to vote on. After that, we're going to, and nobody needs to be able to read this but me, because I can barely read it. I'm calling it determining events, but it's basically going to be some things we know we're going to do, candidate forums, and the year's legislators in session. We'll be doing the day at the Capitol. We're talking about, actually I can tell you some things right now that are going to be worked on. The city of Westlake Hills needs help identifying property owners, because they need to figure out wastewater needs and that kind of thing to try to get cheaper piping and things. They don't have the capacity to do it. Can the chamber and our council step in, help one, identify all those business owners, help let the city become a great partner there, which will save everybody money and ultimately enable the city of Westlake Hills to bring in more business, because they're totally constrained by wastewater. Rollingwood has an economic council. Do we go to them, or do they have them come to us and try to start working with them, and then ultimately maybe get everybody to talk to each other a bit more as they consider expanding the whole BK's corridor going through. Other things that we're working on are like transportation. We started that last year, dealing with the MOPAC project, got 3,500 signatures, testified to them. We actually kind of got what we wanted. There's a new study being done, so there's a lot of stuff going on there. But ultimately, once we determine all of that, we vote to the council, and then at the board level, what the agenda is going to be. We're going to divide responsibilities, who's going to do what, and then kind of rinse and repeat each year. That is going to be what formerly was called the advocacy agenda, and we just need to think of a theme song. Probably not this though.